Chers amis, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another a special episode of Mosaic. This is the television show that I produce for the Haitian channel called ITTV, but is now being shared with CTA and many other English-speaking platforms. My guest today is an old friend, not only physically old, but old in the sense that I've known him for a long, long time. So that's what I meant by old. And it is Pastor Joel Trimble. Joel, welcome to my show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So, um, we have both been living in Haiti for many, many, many years. We are considered the Haitian Caucasians because of our passion for Haiti and love for the culture and the people. So we are deeply affected by the situation in Haiti. And I think we are basically also pessimistic of the future because it seems to be repeating itself in many ways. But we are speaking today not in Creole, as we are both fluent Creole speaking persons. We are going to do this in English because I want to share all the information I can in English to the rest of the community in the United States, uh, and especially those that might be kind of confused about the situation of Haiti, how it is today. And of course, when bad news hits, uh, that's the only time that we hear anything about Haiti. And recently, very sad news uh, when two young missionaries were assassinated by the Haitian gangs. And I want to put in perspective that we understand the situation. It is a very bad thing that happened, but we have to also understand that every day there are young Haitians being killed and assassinated. So it isn't like
That's a
two
good point.
Americans, two Americans that assassinated are the only thing that the United States talks about, when in reality, the damage to human lives in Haiti since the neglect of the last administrations and the mismanagement of Haiti has been the cause of death of many Haitians. And I want to go back to the perspective that we make a big deal about 9/11, a big deal about 3,000 people that died in one day in New York. Yeah, it was a tragedy. There's no doubt. But we never hear about the 200,000 Haitians that died in one day on the earthquake, the 10th of January, 2010. So 12th of January. So at the end of the day, we have to understand that if you're Haitian, you're not treated by the media any in any way close to someone who is American or a foreigner. Uh, we only hear about when the foreigners are have issues in Haiti, but we don't. Nobody talks about what really happens to the Haitians because apparently they don't really count to many of the people in the United States. So, on that perspective, yesterday was the funeral where thousands of people came to the in Missouri for the two missionaries. And I wanted to talk with you because you have been a pastor. You know every missionary organizations in Haiti because you've been there. Well, let's go. How many years have you been in Haiti now?
49 years.
So you
49
see,
years
49 years. I
since
spent
1975.
since 75. I moved into Haiti in 1977, 2 years after you. And I stayed till the earthquake in 2010, which makes it 33 years, which is, by the way, the amount of years that Jesus Christ was on earth. I don't know if I should mention those two different numbers, but I spent 33 years in Haiti. And I like to accumulate that number to the life of Jesus Christ.
But you
In
didn't get nailed
essence,
to a cross. You might have felt like you were
uh,
going to.
I've been nailed, but not that way. But you, 49 years. And so it is important that those who don't know us, because in the Haitian community, you're very well known. You're probably more well known than I am. But we both have done a lot of things in media in Haiti, and Haitians appreciate what we have done because we don't have to do it. We're not from Haiti. We're not originally from Haiti, but we have a love for Haiti that we share. But technically, you have a lot of information about what happened and the situation, and I wanted to first talk about uh, the young missionaries that were assassinated. And again, uh, it should not have happened. It could have been avoided. Please tell us more.
Well, the as you understand the gang situation in Haiti, we have over 95 gangs now. Some people say 102. When the president was assassinated, there was about 87, but now you have several gangs. And these gangs are, many of them are rival gangs. They fight amongst themselves against each other. They control the city of Port-au-Prince, basically. There is no Haitian government controlling the customs office and the port where all the boats come in and deliver containers. It's all controlled by gangs now. When you go to get a container out, you don't you have to deal directly with the gangs to be able to get your container out. They are the government in many ways, but they have control of the city of Port-au-Prince. Now, these people, uh, Davy and Natalie Lloyd, were in a mission in a place called Bon Repos, and they were essentially in a place that was controlled by one particular gang, uh, the Mad Dog Gang, the Méchant Gang, and then there was another gang nearby that was ran by a guy named General Jeff. Well, the Lloyds had a bakery as part of their ministry and part of their mission there, and the Mad Dog Gang were consistently getting uh, bread and baked things from the bakery, and they had always said they're going to protect them and take care of them, and that they felt comfortable there. So basically, what happened was one day people from the rival gang came in, I guess out of jealousy. I'm not sure what their motives were to move in, because they were basically moving in into the territory of the uh, of the Shen Mechan gang, the Mad Dog gang. They came, brought them in. They came in and they attacked this couple. They tied him up, and they ransacked their house and took most of their valuables and belongings. And then later, evidently they came back, and there was a point where some of them showed up again, but during all of this, the the security guard that works, because in Haiti a lot of people have security, and these guys usually have like 12 gauge shotguns and stand out near their gate or in the entrance of the place, and evidently the security shot and killed one of the people from the gangs that were attacking them. And when that happened, the they took wind, they heard and they took wind of that. The rest of the gang came, many other gang members came in, and because that happened, that's why they attacked this couple the way they did. And they did a lot more than just kill them. It's really, it's stuff you don't even want to describe on TV or on screen or on a microphone. They did some very heinous things, and uh, eventually their bodies were burned. And I'm not sure how alive they were when that happened, but it was not a good situation. But being in Haiti, as long as I have, we've trained a lot of missionaries, and as Claude said, I know a lot of them, and we pulled anybody that affiliated with us out of different areas of Port-au-Prince that were like this, that were that dangerous. For anybody to go in and think the gang is going to protect you, it's like there's no honor among thieves. You can't. It's like you're expecting the devil to protect you. His whole objective is to kill, steal, and to destroy, which is what happened to these kids. Uh, I put the responsibility at the father of Davy Lloyd, who is the head of the mission that brought them down there and has kept them there. In fact, he actually ironically left the day before on a flight out, but bring this young couple in there and allow them to be there in that area. I've been out of Port-au-Prince for over 2 years now. I have a home I haven't seen in Port-au-Prince in 2 years. My wife goes walking every day on the mountain near our house. There's no way I'm going to take my wife near that area right now. And I have a lot of face recognition because of our TV show and the ministry we've had on media for years. And pretty much everywhere I go, people love to see me. Even gang people are happy to see me. I'm not going to risk that because these guys, they're drunk, they're doing drugs. Some 13 years old carrying AK-47s, completely 100% uh, out of their minds. And honestly, these kids should not have been there. I put the responsibility on the father.
Well, you mentioned weapons, and that's the major issue that I have with the United States is that all the weapons that are coming into Haiti, coming through Miami, the United States knows what ports, what boats, they're allowing this to happen. You have much more control of weapons, the kind of shipments, because it's not one gun at a time. It's dozens cases of guns coming in, brought in through one or two ports in Haiti, under the control, uh, with the surveillance that the United States has, with satellites and everything. They know, and they allow this to happen. They allow it to develop, and that makes you think. And again, it's not that a question. I'm not really asking a question. Maybe I'm venting. But the point is that this, the amount of weapons, and we're talking about AK-47. Some of them are worth $2,000 to $4,000 each. We're talking about young men who don't have shoes, who are basically have been all their lives wearing sandals.
And
Uh,
you're talking hundreds of thousands of these weapons, Claude. You're not talking about 2 dozen. You're talking hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands that have been allowed to enter the country, that have
Correct.
been distributed either by the businessmen who are basically buying protection from the gangs, uh, or the politicians who are using the leverage for power. Uh, uh, Whoever they are, the United States knows who they are, and it's allowed this to get to this point. And there's you try to figure out they're not that stupid. What they're doing has got a plan behind it. And maybe we can discuss what you think, because I have an opinion. Um, I have an opinion of why this is allowed to develop to this point, but maybe you have a better opinion because it's always good to share those and see where maybe we meet. How how can you explain in the years you were there that uh, that the country has degraded to this point? Where can you point to certain milestones that have got us deeper, closer to Dante's Inferno?
Well, I think we're talking about two different things here. If we were talking about the weapons leaving America to go in, that's one story. And honestly, there's weapons have been sold out of America to countries all over the world, and there's networks of arms dealers that really know what they're doing. And it's easy to think that the American government knows everything about all these guys and where they are and how they go and everything, and that sounds like they could even be complicit in it. I'm not speaking to that because I really don't have intelligence or information on that. I don't put anything. I don't. I don't put anything past anybody at this point. But your question is, what has brought Haiti into this position, into the situation that it's in right now? It's why is it degraded to this point? I think it's the amount of corruption that has gone on, not just in Haiti, but also in America. We had a priest uh, that was a Catholic priest, Haitian man, that would speak against the government and was shot during a mass in his cathedral, in the main cathedral in Port-au-Prince, and became an instant martyr hero because he didn't die. He later ran for president, became president. This poor, meek little Haitian priest took control of the government as the president, and everyone was behind this man. It was amazing because he spoke Creole to the people directly. He personalized with them. Everybody believed in him, and his name is Jean Bertrand Aristide. So what happened with him was that evidently grew up in some hard situation, was very bitter and very angry, and had a lot of things. He had a lot of anger and bitterness. I don't know what the root problem is, but essentially, years down the road, he became what is today one of the wealthiest men in the Caribbean through selling drugs and through corruption, to the point where he was on exile at one point, and he lived in near Washington for a period of time. During the time he was in Washington, he made a lot of contacts, and he learned how to lobby. He learned the right people to go to. He learned the people to talk to. He learned how to play the game that the American uh, congressmen and senators and all of these lobbyists play, because it's all about money. It's not just about power, it's about money. And he got such a good education, but the greatest friend, as far as he's concerned, that he ever met was William Clinton. And William Clinton, Bill Clinton, decided to work with him because of his level of corruption, evidently. And he brought Aristide back to Haiti with 20,000 American troops to be his own personal bodyguards. Came in, and what did Bill Clinton get out of it? He had some deals through family members of his wife's brother, Hillary's brother. They had a company called Fusion that they bought into the telecommunications of the country. It was all legitimate. It was all on top of the table. It was all legal with numbered accounts. In South America, the company was called Fusion. You can look it up. And Bill Clinton himself went to Haiti several times. I personally met Bill Clinton in Haiti. Uh, how many American presidents go to Haiti? Well, he was going down because he was working out all of his deals with Mr. Aristide. Well, there was a lot of things, especially with the narcotics. Aristide began the first gangs in Haiti in Cité Soleil, and in a very poor area. And if I go too long with this, Claude, you just let me
No,
know.
no, this is educational. This is
Yeah.
unlearning.
So what happened with Aristide was one of the things that Bill Clinton counseled him to do was to privatize different areas of government, because that's how the money can be made. And as a matter of fact, one of the first one was what we called Teleco, which was a government-owned telecommunications system that was, we didn't have Ma Bell in Haiti. We had Teleco, which was government-owned, government-controlled. Aristide put that up for bid. And then Clinton ended up being a part owner of that, and through Fusion. And the people that were involved with that were partners with that, it was almost a who's of the Black Caucus. You had Maxine Waters, you had Charlie Rangel, you had huge amounts you had Kennedy, different Democratic friends of Bill Clinton were brought in as partners in Fusion and in some other things that they did. We don't want to go into all those. But the main income for Aristide has always been narcotics, even though he filtered a lot of money of aid that came into Haiti. But the greatest one was when, after the earthquake took place, Clinton, the Clinton Foundation raised not only hundreds of millions, but went to other countries and raised billions of dollars in the end. Less than 5% of that money made it to Haiti. We don't know what happened to it. So let's hyperspace to today. And we have now Gary Conille, who is the new prime minister, who was not elected by the Haitian people, who was not chosen by the Haitian people. He was sent from Washington directly. Who is
Mhm.
Gary Conille? Gary Conille happens to be the prime minister that was handpicked and sent down by Hillary Clinton after the earthquake to help handle all the aid money that came in. So he was part of the scam of the Clintons to scam Haiti, which is what they did. And he was a key part of it. And it's interesting now that years later, we have now what I actually called it this morning on a broadcast I did, is it's a completed coup d'etat now,
Mhm.
because the the privatization of the electricity, for instance. One family got that contract from Aristide. They were getting over $12 million a month. We got less than $4 million of a month worth of electricity. One of the ex-presidents, Madame Preval herself personally, was getting $800,000 a month from that contract. So the last president, President Jovenel Moise, the first thing he did was start canceling all of these contracts that were set up between the business people and Aristide's people to be able to cut those contracts, put everything out for bid. The electricity people alone, two of them, the two main players, went to his house on a Sunday afternoon on the president. And I happen to know this because I worked very closely with the president at that time, knew him well. They came on a Sunday afternoon and with a check for $2 million and said, you're going to get this every month for the rest of your, and he hadn't even been in 3 months yet. He had a 5-year term. So multiply 5 years by $2 million a month in any numbered account in a world that he wanted it, they would have put the money there for him. All they wanted to do was keep their contract. He gave the check back. He said, I'm here to give the Haitian people what they deserve, and they deserve more than this. He gave, and since then, that was one of the families that decided they were going to destroy him. They paid all of the radio stations and television stations for months and months anti Jovenel campaign until we got brought into a thing we call pay look, which not just that family, but other families that he wasn't playing the game with, many of them banded together to try to bring him down. When they couldn't bring him down and he wouldn't give up, there were several steps to do that. And if you want to bring the American equation into it, constantly, the American State Department, the ambassador, the American government was always telling him to take people from the opposition as part of his staff or part of his cabinet, which is why he took Prime Minister Sion, who was part of the Aristide regime from before, and he chose him as a prime minister, and he actually ended up trying to have the president killed so that he could take first place as presidency. So what do we have today? We have now this year, the last 2 years since they assassinated the president. These same people, these same oligarchs that controlled the money, together with Aristide, they all worked together as a team. Eventually, they paid for the assassination of the president. They paid off all the security, the 24 plus security guys that were at his house. The chief of security was paid off, all proven, and then all of this history, all of this investigation was taking place because a lot of that money went through the United States. But all of a sudden, the investigation stopped, and from what I understand, when they were doing investigations, it went very high up, even within the United States government. So that same group in Haiti, what they did at the same time is they began to take out, one way or the other, anybody that was opposing them that weren't part of their group. They had one of them killed. The rest of them, they sanctioned them through the last prime minister that was their puppet. They just kept sending names to Canada and the United States and said, these are bad guys, sanction them, with no proof or anything. They just, because the prime minister said it, they did it. And so they've put on the shelf anybody else, including the first lady that took 8 bullets next to her husband when he was shot and killed. She lived, and they paid a whole bunch of money to put out there in the media to make everybody believe that she was the one that killed the president, which would have been difficult because, I mean, they were very close and it just doesn't make sense. But they basically eliminated all of their opposition. So now they've cleared the table. They themselves are the only ones. There's 4 of the 8 presidential council people that are in control now are from the Aristide camp. And now we're at a point now where this prime minister that was just sent down was handpicked by the same group. All of this lobbying money, understand these decisions that have been made. This is all money that's been lobbied mostly through the Black Caucus. You have Representative Shayla Sherlus Sheriff Lease from McCormick from Florida in District 20. You have Representative Yvette Clarke from the Ninth District of New York, co-chair House Haiti Caucus. She's the co-chair of Haiti Caucus. Representative Ayanna Presley from Massachusetts, the 7th District there. She's a co-chair of the House of Haiti Caucus. The representative, of course, Maxine Waters, who has been in this thing for a long time. So Aristide learned a long time ago, and he made all the connections. He has his connections with the Miami Herald. He has his connections with CNN. When he wants that fake news to be brought out, just like they did with the New York Times, with the president, the first ladies, making it look like she was the one that killed her husband. This was all paid for, and Aristide learned all of this in Washington. So now we have a completed coup d'etat with the Lavalas camp being in complete control. And now they're asking for troops from Kenya to come in, that they are already themselves giving them the rules of engagement of what they're going to do and what they're going to not do. That's going to be interesting. So that was just a little bit in a nutshell.
Well, it backs up what I've said. One of my fears when President Biden won stole the election in 2020, it was obvious to me, not only because I knew that he was a disaster, but it would mean that the Clintons will continue to control Haiti. They are the ones that are pulling the strings. They also are pulling the strings since basically Biden is a puppet. But the obvious presence of the Clintons, and we have to remember something. The Clintons have been interested in power and getting power at a very young age. They actually came on their honeymoon to Haiti. They came and spent their honeymoon in Haiti. And they made sure that they sat down with Max Beauvoir, which is a very well-known voodoo priest. And it was a pact with the devil for power. Because you tell me.
So they actually went to Max Beauvoir's place?
Yeah. That,
I
of
didn't know
course.
that.
Yeah. That was yeah. Listen.
I mean, I knew him. I knew him. I knew his daughter. I still know his daughter. He's passed on now.
He's passed on. But
Yeah.
and
That's
this is
amazing.
remember Max Beauvoir is an educated
Oh yeah.
I don't know, I'm not sure which Ivy League college in the United States he came from, but he wasn't a typical voodoo priest in Haiti, which can hardly read or write. We're talking about a
Claude,
a Ivy League.
let me tell you about Max Beauvoir and me.
Well,
That this is how I met him. We had Haiti Satellite. We were providing satellite internet to businesses and to individuals. This guy ordered a Starband satellite internet with a wireless router, which was back then. This was in the early 2000s, right? So we go to his place out near Carrefour and Leogan, and this guy was sitting under a tree with his IBM ThinkPad and his witch doctor clothes on, wireless, doing witch doctor work, taking money online from his clients in Brooklyn and Miami under a coconut, under a banana tree. This and my son looked at him and said, "This has got to be the smartest man he's ever seen in his life."
Well,
That's how we met Max Beauvoir.
yeah.
He was sitting, and we took a picture of him under the thing with his IBM ThinkPad and sent it to IBM and said, this is this is bringing your laptops to a whole new level."
The whole level, and multicultural. We're talking about right down right. Well, technically, so the Clintons understood the occult and the power of the occult, the power of voodoo, because there's no denying that voodoo has a tremendous power, and the power can be used for good or for evil. It depends. It's basically
There's
it's
no
like a
good there,
gun.
Claude. There's no
Huh?
good. There's no good out of it, Claude.
Well, but you could use those powers to heal people, or you could use it to hurt people. It's a power. To me, it's like a gun. You can use it to protect yourself, or you can use it to kill people. So, regardless, they understood that. And why? I mean, honeymoon in Haiti. That's a destination that we're talking about how many, but maybe 50 years ago. So when we understand what has been developing, and I think the fact that you mentioned a coup d'état makes perfect sense, and with the collaboration of the CIA and every organizations to be able to push, they allow Daniel Ali, the prime minister, 37 months with no election when he was only supposed to have an election right away. When they participated in getting rid of the of Joel Moise, Jovenel Moise, because he was supposed to be a puppet of Aristide, which is a puppet of Hillary. But when he decided that his conscience was beyond and he could not continue to participate in the raping of Haiti as the Martellis did, so technically he became a liability, and they had to find a way to get rid of him. And it's amazing when you talk about the Blunt family, the I believe it's the Blunt, right, with the electricity contracts.
Forbes, yes.
Orbs. So they were using social media to attack. So they were every it was they were buying. They had 20 people in a room with computers and internet, just creating all anything negative. That it's almost
They had 85 Twitter accounts in what at one time.
right, and all to destroy the reputation of the man that was trying to do something positive for Haiti. And even I fell into believing a lot of these things because it was just overwhelming. Until you straightened me out because you knew him very well, uh, and you spent a lot of time with him, and so it's amazing well, you cannot be too surprised because look at the state of the United States today. Look at how they use lawfare to basically turn the country into a banana republic by trying to put Trump in jail with made up charges because they're afraid that he's about to become president, and he is going to unless they kill him. But why would they not do that? Look what they've done everywhere else. So the Clintons are in charge in Haiti. This explains why Haiti is this mess, but I want to go back for people to understand why Haiti is so important and why they deserve better treatment by us. In 1804, uh, when Haiti was able to be the first country of a slave revolt since Spartacus in I believe 9 BC, where slaves overthrew and became free. He lasted about 9 years free until the Romans finally caught him. But the second slave revolt to create a nation, to create freedom, was Haiti. First as far as creating a black republic in the Western Hemisphere. So when that happened, it killed Napoleon's plans. Napoleon was using Haiti as the basis. Haiti was representing 85% of the GDP of France. This is all those beautiful buildings in France were built on the backs of the Haitian slaves during those times with the sugar and the ebony and everything else that was coming out of Haiti. Now, when those slaves revolted and controlled and be able to free themselves and now control the island of Haiti, all of Napoleon's plans it just collapsed. And he said, well, you know what? I'm just going to give up in the Americas. And he calls up the American ambassador, Jefferson, and tells him, okay, I'm going to sell you the Louisiana territory. They were negotiating basically for the west side of the river, the Mississippi River, because they needed access on both sides. But then he said, no, I'm not just going to give you the other side of the river. I'm going to sell you everything. We're talking about 13 states from Louisiana all the way to Canada. We're talking about the United States was able to be doubled in size for $15 million, something ridiculous. And this was because of the Haitians' successful revolt. So the United States has a tremendous debt to what Haitians did. And they let the Clintons create what they created. And I think it's about controlling the presidency to change the Constitution because the Haitian Constitution does not allow any foreigners to own 51% of a company in Haiti. That's to protect the Haitians. But because of that, they found oil in Haiti. There might be more oil in Haiti than Venezuela, but no American company wants to go in there if they don't have controlling interest at 51%. So they've been trying to get the Constitution to be the Haitian Constitution to be changed so that it can be foreign owned by 51%. They found uranium, they found cobalt, they found Haiti is a very rich country in minerals. We know it's rich because of its culture, its beauty, and everything else, and its people. They're really rich on that level. But the poverty that they're living in is because they refuse to give access to the American companies or French or whoever they are to have control so they can take out the what the earth has in store for Haiti to make it rich. It has to be taken by foreigners and it have to have 51%. This is why Haiti has continued to be mistreated, abused, exploited by the French, by the Canadians, by the especially the Americans. Today, we're all saying, "Oh, okay, so they're going to come in and get rid of the gangs." Okay, so they're bringing a bunch of Kenyans, which the United States has declared last year to be one of the worst human rights offenders among its own people. So the Canadian police, which has a very bad human rights records against its own people, are coming to Haiti, to a country they don't speak the language, they don't understand the culture. They may have the same skin color, but that means nothing as far as being able to communicate and understand. Whenever America has decisions to make about Haiti, they never come to people like you or me that have spent 30, 40 years in Haiti, who understand the culture, who tells them. They don't. They have their own ideas, the organized ideas of what they think they should be. They make mistakes after mistakes. They create a council of political parties. That's the last thing you do. You don't let a political party be involved in the pre-election because they're going to try to control and get their candidate to win. And like you said, Lavalas mostly controls that now. The the political
They're in
party,
complete control.
they're in complete control. So the political party that created this mess is now back in control to please Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. What what other evidence needs to be presented for the American public to understand that Haiti, as long as the Clintons and the Democrats control Washington, I'm not saying the Republicans are going to make it any better, but they're not going to let Hillary control Haiti, which is what she has done since Biden, since Biden white trash is what I call him. There's the Biden white trash is in the White House. Those are the people that let the Clintons continue to rape and exploit Haiti. And this is why we're doing this program in English and not in Creole, because we need the American public to have a better understanding of the evil, the corruption and the evil put on Haiti by the Clinton family. They're not the only ones, but they definitely, in the last 40 years, caused more damage in their management and imposing their will on Haiti than anyone else.
That's agreed. But I think
So,
that the I think also that the the Haitian system now, the way it's set up, they almost don't need anything other than just control, because the anarchy that has the environment that has been created because of the gangs paralyzing the whole economy and the whole area has made it that much more conducive for drug trafficking, as Haiti is a huge transshipment point for drugs and into the US and Canada. And it's a very, very big problem now because, and the other thing too, when you're talking about the Kenyans, um, this is how I hope it doesn't happen this way, but the gangs have made so much money off of just kidnapping. I mean, they've made millions and millions of dollars off of kidnapping. And they learned that if they do it right, they can make 100, 200, 300,000 dollars a week, one gang. And there's all these gangs doing this. Well, depending on, because understand that it's the TNH, the Haitian police that are supposed to dictate the rules of engagement. Think about that. When they come in, when the Kenyans come in, they're not going to be able. They're going to be controlled by the Haitian National Police, who are 80% of them are part of the gangs. So how are they gonna are they really gonna let them combat the gangs or send them in the right direction? Or will the how long will it take for the Kenyans to learn how to be a part of the kidnapping themselves? Because they come from a corrupt culture themselves. And that we'll sit back and we'll have the same cycle will continue as the Americans sit back and watch Haiti unravel even more if it possibly could.
Well, I I um I wish I could end on a positive note, Joel and Joel, and I can't think of one because we have just basically, as I called it, Haiti has become Dante's Inferno. And but who is benefiting? But who's benefiting the crime? We know Maxine Walter's husband got millions and millions of dollars through Aristide. We know the Clintons have gotten very rich. They've stolen 80% of the money for the reconstruction of Haiti. Not only did they do it that way, but they facilitated the pedophilia rings that were set up, and even the selling of organs from Haitian orphans. So you're talking about people that are willing to really, I mean, it's evil at its core at every level. Uh, and somehow God stepped in and made her not become president. Thank God. But she's in power still. And that nail has got to be, that nail has got to be put in the right place. This has to be shut down because the only chance Haiti has is to be able to get the claws of the Clintons out of there and all of the political parties that have been bought by them, controlled by them. Aristide is still there, but the machine, the Lavalas machine, is in their hands. Michel Martelly was named by her. He wasn't supposed to be president. He was number three, and she said she came in as a secretary. Says no, I want him to be in the runoff. He wasn't supposed to be in the runoff because she knew that she could buy him and his wife and his brother-in-law and his son and all those people that made money under that government. So I don't know where we're headed. I'm praying because I think only God can intervene here somewhere. But if there's a change in the year, in if there's a change in Washington in November, maybe at this point the Clintons can be finally, I don't know if they'll be put in jail, but they need to be stopped in their control of Haiti. And then hopefully we pray for someone to be less evil and less power hungry and less eager to make money, and someone that maybe has a heart to give Haiti a chance. What do you think?
I think that what you said, God has to step in. I think Jesus is the only answer for Haiti. I don't think apart from God's intervention, you talk about the Clintons being taken down. I mean, it wasn't just the investigation of the presidential, the assassination of the president that was halted because it went too high. It was also when Aristide was on exile, they were going to indict him because they had all kinds of evidence of drug trafficking on him, and that stopped because as soon as it led to the Clintons, eventually, uh, that it was completely halted at that point, and that's after that is when Clinton came back down valiantly with 20,000 of our American troops at a $4 billion expense. It
And
was quite a charade.
And they have a hit squad. I mean, I know I have very good friends that have been eliminated by the Clintons because they were ready to talk about the money that was being stolen. There are Haitians that love their country, and many, yes, many took the money, but many decided no. I want to. I'm not going to be part of this, and the truth has to come out. And many of them have been killed, uh, including its own president. That we know right now, nobody who plotted it has actually been arrested. Nobody who's really
realizing who the
behind it.
realizing who the Clintons are isn't going to make any difference because it's like look at what's happening in this country right now with the what's happening with a the leading presidential candidate that they're trying to put in jail and they can't even tell him what his charges are. I mean, when you everybody knows what can you do about it? Unfortunately, over here we can vote. And that's probably, I mean, like you said, if they don't kill him, he will be president. But which I can't imagine them not wanting to kill him right now. But the awareness of all this and the ability to be able to stop it or change it, that has to be in the hands of God right now because you have a powerful machine that went from the Clintons to the Obamas, and it had its. I mean, the Obamas are very. It's very clear that a lot of what's happening in the White House today are still being dictated by Obama, and it's very. I mean, it's led to him all the way. Uh, so all the way to giving all the money back to our enemies uh, in Iran that are ready to kill us. But
Well,
anyway,
listen.
only God can help us.
So I think in closing, we're going to ask all of our viewers. You may not be a believer, but if you love Haiti, take a minute, ask God to take us to the right road with the right people to really change the country because it is suffering. The people there do not deserve that. The people that we know, they don't do not deserve that. And so we need to we need to pray. We need to ask everyone to pray and keep keep your eyes open. Watch the Clintons because they are the ones pulling the strings. Joel Trimble, thank you so much for your participation. I think we need to do this again pretty soon because people are going to want to hear more. I think we have so much to offer beyond the little bit that we talked about that kind of explain uh, how we got this far. And it was a short explanation, but there's so much more that we can add to that from the French and the Canadians and all the atrocities that they also committed. So,
Hmm.
um, to everyone watching, thank you for listening through this. To you Haitians that are watching, we didn't do it in Creole because we want the rest of the people to know more about this, and to everyone else, uh, follow us, share this video, contact us. My number will be available if you have any more you want to add to it. But it's going to be a collective effort from everyone in America and in Haiti to help that country come out of this with a bright future, and it deserves it, and it has the potential to be a great country. Um, Hopefully in our lifetime, right?
Absolutely. That's absolutely 100%. Haiti is a
Thank you.
beautiful country.
Beautiful country. Look at behind me. That's Jack Mel, on the south. So this is what is waiting for those that need to come to swim in the oceans in Haiti. And we can get it right. I know I'll be there finishing my days, and maybe you will too. Thank you very much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you soon on another episode of Mosaic. Take care.